We is just gonna get set up real quick. That sounds crazy. Not in a bad way, peoples. Definitely not in a bad way. Put them in place. Who that is? Alyssa! Alyssa coming in with the first. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. What up, Alyssa? Oh, I want to get a new chair. I think I mentioned that already. That's the only thing I think this set is missing right now. Is a good chair. That, and I gotta get something to block the light from pause coming behind the set. B-Bob, you're gonna be upset, B-Bob. I'm not late, y'all. Early. Actually, stream's only been going on for a minute and 50 seconds. So nobody's late just yet. Damn it, I gotta go get my papers. Give me one memento. All right, people. We got everything we need. Here's why, B-Bob. Do you know what this is, sir? This is my most recent Amazon purchase. By the way, Mr. B-Bob, aside from that, this is the prize vape that I was telling you about. You put the tobacco in here, twist this on, turn it on, let it get up to temp. And that's it. You got it made in the shade, B-Bob. Wendy! What up, Wendy? Oh, big, oh, big, oh, big. We got to get you on this podcast, Wendy. Wendy, what is it that you do for a living again? Oh, yeah, it's working, B-Bob. I got it ramping up to temp right now. I was saying you're going to be mad when you find out what this is, if you don't already know. Have you any guesses, Mr. Bebop? Gosh. No, sir. Give me one moment, and I'll show you what it is. This thing, man, cool AF. I seen it on Amazon. Pause, Bebop. Bebop said, show it again. That's wild. Right now, I'm going to show you again. Pause. But I saw this on Amazon, and I was like, yeah, I absolutely need that shit. It holds a grand total of 5 of them, so smell proof at that. hmm Oh, pause on holds 5 of them. That's crazy. I mean, I sell the items that I don't use anymore. No, 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 no. Not that, Wendy. I'm saying I remember you're some kind of a psychologist or something like that. Like, therapist, couples therapist or something like that. That's what I was talking about. No, I said it's smell proof, fellas. He said, am I missing something? Yeah, girlfriend. He knows I'm just messing with him. And he makes it so easy, too, because he's always in here crying about that shit. Now you got eat messed up. Saying he does a good job of that without me. Thanks, Bebop. Much appreciated, sir. I'm gonna try to fill that up before I light up. But let's see. Direct shot to the ego. At your age, eat. Direct shot to the ego is the best. Is the best training that you could possibly have, sir. Alyssa, that's gonna be the first actual T-shirt. Now, let me ask you something, Alyssa. Can you remember who said it first? Was it Caden or was it Yeet? I remember one of them said it first, and then I was talking shit, and then the other one came in and said it too. I feel like you're reaching a little bit there, B-Bob, but I guess we could pause training. It was Caden. Okay. I want to try to find the screenshot. If I can't find the screenshot, I'm just going to get a shirt that says, quote, I'm tough. And then it's going to say on the bottom, Caden Elred. Like I got one that says, nah, in quotes, nah. And then on the bottom it says Rosa Parks, 1955. I'm going to get it just like that, but quoting Caden on the fucking, I'm tough. No, that is what you made of. I'm not educated enough. Oh, that's what I thought you told me, Wendy. I must have misunderstood. Do people consider tough as being nice, gullible, and smart? Here's the thing, you missed it. He was mad because his friend told him that he's not tough. And then I told him that he's not tough. And then he started getting mad. He's like, I'm tough. I was like, let me tell you something, bro. Anybody that says the words I'm tough is soft. So now, that's when the joke became a thing. And then you came in and repeated it like after we were already making fun of Buddy, because I don't think you understood what we were saying. Wendy said, I'm educated in making fashion and retail. I'm graduated for that. Okay. So we can talk about fashion then. I was trying to think of a good topic for the podcast. That's why I was making jokes on it. Pause. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't privy. He missed that whole pause, that whole back and forth. Let's see. Bebop said, I was saying I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the store real quick. The fuck, Bebop? You can't take your phone with you to the store? That's fucked up. I'm just joking, Bebop. Do what you gotta do, brother. You ain't gotta explain yourself to us, brother, man. Yee, what you sighing about, Yee? We're making fun of Kaden, not you. I was just making sure. That's what I thought it was. But I ain't want to get Buddy the credit on your behalf. Just say you hate it. Oh, he does all the time, Alyssa. I mean, mainly me, but every once in a while I'll start talking shit about the chat. Yeah, she's talking about Bebop. Bebop hates all of us. Every once in a while, he'll admit it. But, like, about all of us, but constantly about me. Like, Bebop is always talking shit about how worthless I am and about how he don't even know why he watches this bullshit and he got better things to do with his time than listen to my dumb ass ranting. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Fucking Bebop, man. Fucking Bebop. My name is the one that's being fragged through the dirt. How is your name being fragged through the dirt? We talking about Kaden, bro. Everything on a psychological feel. Oh, so yeah, but that's the shit that's interesting though. That's the type of shit we want to talk about. My name is the one being fragged through the dirt. Damn it, Yeet. So yesterday I thought I got away with something that I didn't get away with. So I cut myself. Not that bad. It was a nice little slice. And pause, it was kind of deep. So immediately I threw some Neosporin and a Band-Aid on it. And went back to work. Forgot all about it. Eventually the Band-Aid fell off on its own, like same day. You know, I was working, so it wasn't gonna last that long. Pause. But I did what I had to do. So now, when the Band-Aid fell off, I couldn't see the cut anymore. So I'm like, all right, sweet. It was deep enough, pause, that it fused itself back together underneath the Band-Aid. And it's gone. I don't have to wait for it to heal. And now, it's back. And that's a really shitty spot too. Like every time you, that sucks. Yeah. So I thought that cut healed itself same day, like went away. Like I thought I had a redo on that one. But nah, it's still there. Let's see, Alyssa said, Brian, I'm not one to call out grammar, but it's because dude said it the same way being inspired. I always do that shit though, Alyssa. I'll never call nobody out. Like, actually call them out. I'll just read what they wrote. By the way, by the way, anybody notice what my shirt says? Haven't seen the Democrats this mad since we took away their slaves. This is one of my favorite shirts of all time. What up, B Bob? Shout out to B Bob from the store. How is that a pause? We have strengths. We have witness. Witness for what? We don't like witnesses, Ye. Witnesses are not welcome around here. We welcome trolls, but not witnesses. Thanks, B Bob. Oh man. Sheesh. Unc is tired AF. So yeah, tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Sunday. I am gonna go to the shopping mall. And I'm going to get one hat and one t-shirt. The hat. I haven't decided which one is going to be which. Guys, help me decide. One is going to be on the hat and the other one's going to be on the t-shirt. I'm thinking the hat is going to say advance. If anybody doesn't get the joke, please ask me. Because it's funny. And then the fucking shirt is going to be I'm tough. Caden Howard. I can read mirror text in English and Dutch. That's good, Wendy. So, what does my shirt say? KD say mi camisa. Oh, and peoples. I am glad to announce Unc has been, I skipped today for good reason, but Unc has been steadily going to the gym, back on the protein shakes, eating right and all of that good stuff. And I have been above 200 pounds consistently for the whole past week. Every time I break 200, I always end up falling back a little bit. 197, 196, you know. I've been staying between 200 and 205 for the entire fucking week, man. So I am so happy. I feel like now I finally broke a new threshold. And honestly, my end goal, 225. I'll be happy with 210. But ideally, 225, somewhere around 8% body fat. And I'll be happy. Let's see, Yeet Man said, picture of SpongeBob powerlifting. A stick with a teddy bear. Nah, that sounds cool and all, but I want to keep anything like trademarked away from it because I would like to sell it on my website. I'm just not sure. Shit, tough be on the hat and advance on the t-shirt. or should Advance be on the hat and I'm tough be on the t-shirt? I'm thinking I'm tough on the t-shirt because what's it called? I'm gonna guess I'm tough on the t-shirt because there's more words involved. Like it's a quote and his name gotta go on the bottom and all that shit. Whereas Advance is just one word that's gonna be on the fucking hat. So does everybody get the Advance? Yo, dude, that shit was fucking hilarious, bro. Fucking hilarious. And like I was telling you guys, that was the whole reason that I ever got the idea to start the podcast. Because me and Cam argue just like that. And I'm like, yo, people are gonna love watching this shit. And the thing is, like, yo, that's my best friend, man. And it's like I be ignoring his calls because I know we're gonna be on the phone for like 3 hours arguing about some shit. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I don't got that kind of time on my hands. Like, I got shit I gotta do. But I'm like, yo, kill two birds with one stone here. We could bring this entertainment to the people. And then I can get myself like a guaranteed time slot to sit there and shoot the shit with my homie. And be productive at the same time. So, and then once the divorce is like completely finalized, I'm gonna get into all of that. And Cam was there. Like not there in Colombia, but Cam was on a video call. I believe it was a video call. I'm not sure if it was a video call, if it was a regular audio call, but I was on a call with Cam, like, wow, this shit was going on. And I don't know how much I told you about this. You know, I can't really say much yet, like I said, till after like all this is done. But yo, she beat the fuck out of me. Like, I wasn't gonna hit her back. Obviously, I'm a lot bigger than her. Obviously, I could have whipped her ass, but I'm not gonna do that. You know, first of all, it's not who I am. Second of all, even if I wanted to whip her ass, like, it would have been really stupid of me because I'm in her country. I'm not a fucking citizen. I don't speak the language. We're right down the block from the police station, you know, and it was the night before my fucking airplane. So, obviously, it'd have been really dumb of me to fight back. So I had to just let it go down. And she just kept beating me all fucking night. So when I got home, like my whole body was black and blue. And then while Cam was on the phone, she's sitting there telling me if I want her to believe that mind you people, we're on the second floor. And she's telling me if I want her to believe that I love her, if I want her to believe that I love her, I need to jump off the balcony. And she was being dead fucking serious. Like, she was not playing. Like, she was demanding that I jump off the fucking balcony. Obviously, I wasn't going to do that, which was tough because in the situation, I wanted to make her feel as powerful as possible because I didn't want her to sit there and push the envelope. You know, I didn't want to sit there and have to suffer any more than necessary. And I knew the longer it took before she felt powerful, you know, the more she was, the harder she was going to go against me. So I was trying to make sure she felt like she was in full control of everything and that she could demand that I would do whatever and I would do it. But obviously I wasn't jumping out the fucking window. Off the balcony. You know what I mean? That shit was crazy. But like I said, Cam was there. Cam was on the phone the whole fucking time. You know. I can't remember exactly what it was that made her tell me to call him, but like she wanted to complain about something, like to him, like that he was fucked up for not telling me not to do whatever the fuck I was doing or whatever. I can't remember exactly what the situation was. But she had me call him up. He was on the phone for that whole conversation, and that shit was wild, bro. Got weekend plans. I'm actually going to work tomorrow, and then possibly when I get home, or maybe Sunday, I'm going to film another episode of the podcast. I need to hurry up and edit this Sunday's episode. That shouldn't take so long because there wasn't really anything wrong with it. This Sunday's episode was good, you know. It just I just need to cut out like the dead space in the beginning, dead space at the end. I gotta add in the fucking intro. What should we do? Unc could help us. Hey, you gonna meet up with Devo in a few months? Why in a few months? I see Devo all the time with my homie. Is there something significant going on in a few months? Trying to get Devo on the fucking podcast, man. Devo and my boy Billy Jack. Yeah, you there, bro? What's going on in a couple of months? What all did I miss? Oh, damn, my bad. I didn't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, I kind of thought that's what you meant, but I wasn't sure. I thought maybe there was some kind of big bike event that I didn't know about. Yeah, I just seen it not too long ago. Like, shit last week. Yeah, we gotta do a live together. I was talking to him about getting on the podcast. He been streaming recently? Cause I don't get no notifications for that shit. Oh, and by the way, I don't know what I told you, Yeet. Remember when I told you, when you was like, you was the first one to call me Unc? And I was like, nah, somebody beat you to it. It was Debo. If you watch that video that I posted about meeting people, like, you know, through YouTube or whatever, meeting friends on YouTube and shit, what is it called? I put up the screenshot of the message that he sent me. He was like, "What up, Unc? When we gonna go riding?" Wendy said last Saturday was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a worldwide thing. I thought it was just like a United States thing. Your name has been reduced to Unc. What you mean my name has been reduced to Unc, man? I take on Unc proudly. I know Unc was a generic term. Like bro. Or dude. But I have stolen that name from everybody and dubbed myself the only Unc. So I'm not a Unc. I am Unc. the Unc. On got you. I read that wrong, Wendy. And for some reason, I saw that saying last Saturday was Valentine's Day. Debo like me, bro. And like them like, hey, yo. Bro, that is wow. What does that even mean, bro? Is that why you didn't pause it? Because you mean it like that? Debo like me, bro. He liked them light. Is that like a confession, bro? What the fuck? Yo, bro, explain that, please, man. The fuck? Debo liked me, bro. He liked them light. So you saying that's why he likes you, though? I'm confused. You light skinned, and that's why and Debo likes you because he likes him light? Like, yo, I'm kind of. Oh, he is like me. Oh, fucking thank God, bro. You scared the fuck out of me, dude. I'm trying to think of what the fuck that really means. I'm like, that's crazy. He is like, oh man. You know what's funny, bro? And this is why I tell you. This is why I tell you all the time, bro. Find yourself one good chick, man, and stick with her so you don't find yourself like me. But I don't have a type like that. It's whatever the last thing that I had was, I want something different next time. You know, so it's like I might like if I got a white chick, brunette, the next one I might want a blonde, or I might want a Chinese chick, or I might want a black chick. You know what I'm saying? Like something different. And then after that, and even when it comes to the black chicks, like here's my whole thing on the light skin, dark skin shit. This might be an unpopular opinion, but this is the way I see it. There are way more pretty light skinned bitches than dark skinned bitches. Numbers wise, there's way more of them. But to me, a bad dark skinned bitch looks way better than a bad light skinned bitch. Like the baddest dark skinned bitch out there, guaranteed looks way, way better than the baddest light skinned chick. It's just that there's more bad light skinned chicks. Don't at me. And then to me, the baddest chick in the world got to be an Indian chick. And they're like, I say this all the time, there's no in between with them. Indian chicks are either fucking hideous, or fucking beautiful. I have never seen an Indian chick that was just okay. But the beautiful ones, bro, there's nothing that can fuck with that. Don't have to be cute personality and cute minds. It doesn't have to be crazy. Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. Like, as men, we're not like women. Women, they have it in them that, pause, that they have to find the best possible man that they can get. You know, if they can do better, they have to. With us, it's not really like that. It's like we know, when we know our value, we shoot for our price range. You know, and we know what we can get, but we still know, you know, what it is. We still know what a pretty woman looks like. You know, it's just that we know what we can get and what we can't. And then the nice thing about being a dude is that there's so much more um, than your looks that matter. And the thing is, I mean, it sucks for the good looking dudes because realistically, that's not enough. You gotta have so much more going for you. Like, your looks are not gonna carry you unless you're just like super gorgeous. But if you're just a little handsome, like, it's not like a chick being a little pretty. Like, it don't work like that, you know. So you still gotta have the person that you gotta get respect from other men, and you gotta be like in life, have a decent job, and all that kind of shit. Like, all of that matters. But that's what's nice is no matter what you look like, if you have all those bases covered, you can get yourself a nice looking chick. And not for nothing, um, let me tell you something. Sometimes, depending on like what else you got going for you, it's better off if you're not that handsome because the chick don't want to be with a dude that look better than her. Not long term, at least. So it's like, if you're handsome, you better get yourself a good job and have a personality and all of that kind of stuff. So this way you can get yourself a chick that looks better than you do. Because if you don't, that bitch is forever gonna be jealous. Unfortunately. And it's not gonna work out. Like, you guys are not gonna get along. But she's always gonna be jealous because you look better than she does. He said, I mostly go for the personality, not just look. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The looks was supposed to draw you to her to begin with. And see, let me explain something to you, E, that after I break it down to you, it'll probably make a lot of sense why I am the way that I am. And I talk the way that I talk, and when there's women involved. Right? Um, if you can see them, obviously in here I can't see what any moments like. But if you see them and you're attracted to them, now they earned the right, not the right, but they earned the chance to prove themselves to you. And what you gotta do is you gotta qualify this chick. Like, you can't be so eager. You can't be jumping through hoops. You can't be like making yourself available. And you can't be playing games either and pushing her away from you just for the sake of trying to fucking look like you're not available. What you gotta do is you have to go into that shit trying to find a reason to cut her off. Asking all the questions. And getting to know her. And once you find a red flag, instead of looking past it, instead of trying to justify it, instead of, coming into the chat and be like, hey, listen, blah, 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 I got this red flag, but I really like her, what should I do? So, every interaction that you have with a female that you show interest in should be a job interview like type for her. Where it is that you are not trying to prove yourself. You are not showing off. You're not trying to make yourself attractive to her. What you're trying to do is you're trying to find out if she's worth your time, and you're making it very obvious that you're doing that. So the questions that you're asking her are questions that will find out, like, what's it called? Her faith and things like that. So what you want to do is, like I said, you want to interview her, and you want to put her in a position where she's trying to look good for you. When he said a girl or a woman can be very beautiful, but a personality can be witchy. Facts. This is what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Dip your feet in before you jump in. Pause, eat. But nah, that's not even what I'm talking about, though. Right? I'm talking about being sincere. But like I said, interviewing the girl to find out if she's good enough for you. Find out what her values are. Find out what she's into. Find out if you guys are compatible. If she'll follow you. So it's like, so you're not even dipping your toes in. What you're doing is you're taking the courting process, and instead of going at it like most people do, where you're trying to impress a woman and you're trying to make her like you, you're trying to see if you like her. You're asking her what she brings to the table. And now that does two things. That lets you know what she brings to the table and what kind of a woman this really is. And B, it makes her respect you. She's looking at you different than everybody else. See, obviously, if you're already in that stage and you guys are talking romantically, she's already attracted to you. So the attraction is there. Now, all it is a matter of you not fucking it up for yourself. So while you are asking, finding out if she's worth your time, you're making it very clear to her that you're worth hers. Because if you weren't worth her time, you wouldn't be trying to find out if she was worth yours. Does that make sense? Right, CSC. Now, think about this, Yee. Nobody saying any cliche sentences, Wendy. I'm just telling them how to go about this. Like, you gotta be sincere, you gotta be genuine. You can't come up with no pickup lines. Yee, think about this realistically. Right? Let's say somebody had a Ferrari for sale. And let's say you had the money and everything, right? Somebody had a Ferrari for sale. And you were like, oh, I'm interested. How much you want for it? And the guy like, it's a brand new one. Give me $5,000. And you're like, wait, is something wrong with it? No, never mind. Give me four. Are you gonna be comfortable to buy that car? So now, it's like, you see that Ferrari, and the guy tells you, I want $225,000 for it, and you got the money. And you're like, I'll give you 200. I was like, nah, I'd rather keep it. Then you go home, you call him the next day, bro, I'll give you 210. The guy's like, 225, I'm good. Then the guy calls you back again the next day. Oh, no, you call him back the next day, and you're like, dude, I'll give you 222. Nope. I told you what the price is. If you want it, you can have it. If not, I keep it. How you gonna feel about that car? How bad are you gonna want that fucking car? Exactly. That's my whole point. So it's like when the chick comes up and says, "Oh, you free Thursday?" Yeah, I'm free Thursday. Pick up at 8 o'clock, and she'd be like, "Oh, all right, I can be there at 7 if you want." You're doing this fucking thing as the guy with the $5,000 Ferrari that knocks it down to 4. You know. But she says, "You free next Thursday?" And you just like, I'm not sure. I gotta see. You know, I'll let you know later on. And then you genuinely check. You know, you ask your parents, "Hey, are we doing anything next Thursday?" You look at your schoolwork, and if you're like, "Nah, I got a test Friday. Sorry, I can't do it. I got a test Friday. I gotta stay up all night and study. How about Monday?" Now, it's like, but here's the thing though. But here's the problem. You can't lie. And you can't do it to play a game. You just have to be sincere. So if she asks you if you're free Thursday, and you really are free Thursday, you gotta say, "Yeah, I'm free Thursday." You know what I mean? There's no game to be played. If you see that she's texting you and you're not doing shit, like you don't ignore the text to make it look like you were busy. Like you don't play none of those games. What I'm saying is like if you actually are busy and you in the middle of studying and she texts you, you don't stop what you're doing to respond. Or if you're out hanging out with your friends and she sends you a text, you know what I mean? Like you don't stop what you're doing. When you're done with whatever you're doing and now you have the time, then you respond to it. "Hey, I was out with my friends, we got a baseball game," or whatever the case may be. I'm on my way home now, what's going on. So it's like you live your life and she's a part of it. So it's like, just like anything else, when you get around to it, you get around to it. You don't purposely neglect her. You make sure you don't put things that are insignificant over her well-being at all whatsoever. But at the same time, like, you don't make yourself a sucker for anybody because nobody's going to want you if you like that. And that's the whole thing. It's like if you're always available, like let's say you have a life. Let's say you got friends and you got obligations and you play football but you like her so much that every time she hits you up, you're willing to just cancel whatever plans that you have so you can spend time with her. It makes it look like you don't have no life, bro. She's not thinking, "Oh, this dude likes me so much that he cancels all his plans just to spend time with me." She's looking at it as like, "Yo, why is this guy always free? He don't have no friends. He don't play no sports. Like, he don't have no fucking work to do. Like, he doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't go to the gym or nothing. Like, how come every time I call this motherfucker, he answers the phone?" I understand most girls won't kill you if you're busy nowadays. Yeah, but they'll kill you if you're not. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a reason that the women that show interest in you that you're not attracted to, you ever notice that like they really want you and they keep trying, like, and even if you haven't been through that experience, I'm sure you've seen somebody else go through it, where like a woman that he does not have any interest in whatsoever just is obsessed. And the reality is, the reason that it's like that, the reason they get so obsessed is because of the way that you treat them. See, when there's a chick that you're not interested in because she's a little fat or, like her face is a little fucked up or whatever the case may be, and she's like shooting her shot at you, bro, it's like you're not a dickhead. You don't want to hurt her feelings. So you're not going to be rude to her in any way, shape, or form. So you're going to be nice. You're going to be polite. You're going to engage in conversation with her. But you're not going to give her any kind of priority in your life. Because obviously you're not looking to be with her. So you're not going to neglect your friends or your job or your fucking schoolwork or, shit that you want to do to your car. You're not going to neglect anything at all for this woman. You're going to speak to her when you feel like you have to, just to avoid hurting her feelings. It's the only reason you're going to be talking to this woman. So it's like that's why they become obsessed with you. Because you're not making them the center of your universe. You have a life. You fulfill your obligations in life. And you make time for them when you make time for them. And since you don't want to be rude, like I said, you're making time for them. So it's not like you're brushing them off. It's not like you're making them feel unwanted. So they're always getting that vibe from you that you're somewhat interested in them subtly because, like I said, you don't want to be rude. But at the same time, you're not like all being a sucker for this chick for the simple fact that you're not feeling it. Doesn't matter what her curve is or about her inside. That's wrong, Wendy. That's how women are. That would be like me saying it doesn't matter what his job is or if he even has a job or, any intention to ever get a job or, even if he just wants to sit around playing video games all day, it doesn't matter. What all matters is his inner beauty. Like, it doesn't work like that. A woman's outer beauty is like a man's ambition. We cannot be attracted to a woman that's not pretty. It doesn't happen. But along with that outer beauty, she has to also have the inner beauty. If she's a bitch, then it doesn't work. No, it's not though. That's what I'm saying. From a woman's perspective, it's the truth, Wendy. But that's not how men operate. The most important thing is how you look, and then next is your personality. Now, once we bond, and once we fall in love, and once we choose the partner that we're gonna spend life with, it doesn't matter anymore. If she gets fat, if she gets old, we're still gonna love her anyway because we're already pair bonded with that woman. But as far as, initial attraction, a man cannot be attracted to a woman that's not pretty. It's just they try to guilt men into accepting women no matter what they look like. So this way women can be fat slobs and not have any accountability for what they eat or how they go to the gym or any kind of shit like that. Women want to be able to just, especially in this country, they want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, have fuck as many people as they want, fucking get as fat as they want, have as many kids as they want, and then still want to have standards of a man that's way unrealistic. Like, these women that fit the description that I just gave you, they want a man that's over 6 feet tall, that makes six figures, and what's it called? And there's a few other criteria that, like, off the top of my head, I'm not thinking of. But when you put all those things together, it's like 0.0001% of the population is eligible for what these women expect. Meanwhile, they're overweight and they got a whole bunch of kids and they've had sex with 30, 40 men. They have nothing that a man finds attractive. Men are attracted to fertility. Men are attracted to to loyalty, purity. Not what these modern women are. It's just that, you see, it went from when women were pressured to be ladylike. And then the feminist movement fought against that. And women stopped being ladylike, which made them unattractive to men. And now they complain about the fact that the choices they made them unattractive to men. So they shame the men who are not attracted to them for not being attracted to them. That's the truth. Let's see. He said any shot a woman takes, 99% chance it lands. Men do 3% chance. Yeah, but here's the thing. Women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. That's the way Levi Nix words it. I felt like that for a long time, but that's the best way I've ever heard it being said. So it's like, a woman can get most guys to fuck her, but she can't get most guys to date her. That's the whole thing. So it's like, that's why women these days, see, it's different now. Social media fucked it up for everybody. You're not old enough to remember what it used to be like. But these days, women, they overinflate their own value, and they all think they can do better because they look at the type of men that are willing to have sex with them, and they assume that that's the type of man that they deserve to be with in a relationship. But it's not. They don't match. Men are dirty fucking, men are fucking dirty. Men fuck anything that walks. It's like, just because the dude's willing to fuck you doesn't mean anything good about you. Relationships don't exist anymore. You don't give up high hopes. No one loves each other. You don't live ahead. Girls are always gonna cheat. He's just trying to recruit you, Yeet. Don't listen to that bullshit. Let me tell you something. Women cheat when they don't respect you anymore. That's when they cheat. Right? If you conduct yourself as a man, it's not gonna happen to you. I've been cheated on before. Because I've fucked up before, and I've sat there and stop acting like a man. But I haven't been cheated on like a lot, and I've been with a lot of chicks, and none of them, like, I could tell, it was just obvious that these bitches weren't fucking cheating on me. Like, they would just always be home, Like, how the fuck are they gonna be cheating on me? They always home, and I can just pop up whenever the fuck I feel like it, and, So, but like I said, it's a matter of once you start slipping and acting like a bitch, then it's over. Wendy, your question didn't show up. The last chat I got from you is, no, that isn't wrong, Antonio. That is the truth. And there hasn't been another question after that. There hasn't been another chat from you after that. YouTube has been really, how can I say this, overzealous when it comes to blocking certain messages. I don't know why. I ended up getting Jersey Mike's. Hey, yo. I ended up getting Jersey Mike's. It's crazy. Oh, shit. My man said, sup, bitch. Nah, but it's for real though, man. Women are wired a certain way, and men are wired a certain way. And women They're like overgrown children, bro. And you remember what it was like to be a kid. There were certain people that you knew not to fuck with. Certain family members that you were like, nah, he don't play. I'm not even doing that shit to myself. And then you got certain people you knew you could get away with it. And you acted accordingly. You know, women never grow out of that. So it's like you gotta understand. If you are easily triggered, that's gonna cause you all types of problems. If you could just ignore the woman and let her go into her rant mode, then but I'm saying not getting yelled at though. Like you're not sitting there taking it like a bitch for the sake that you're a bitch. You know, that doesn't help either. You're just unbothered by it. You know, you just going about your business, like eating your sandwich or doing whatever the fuck it is that you're doing while she's going off the deep end yelling at you, and you don't let her get a reaction or nothing like that. That chick is not gonna cheat on you, bro. Okay, I said, let me ask you something. How many good-looking men have extremely beautiful women on their sides? How many less good-looking men have less beautiful women on their sides? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that because I haven't really like looked into that. You know, I will say that there are plenty of times where I see like a good-looking dude. Like, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not good at pointing out what a good-looking dude is. It gotta be like blatantly obvious for me to see it. You know, and you'll see a good-looking dude with an ugly bitch like constantly. I see that shit all the time, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like that doesn't even make sense to me. But when I see an ugly dude with a hot chick, that makes perfect sense. Cause Buddy probably got money, you know. But when you see the good-looking dude with the ugly chick, I'm like, and especially like if you know that he got a good job and all that shit, it's like, wow, like what possessed you to do that shit? I mean, look, I've done it before. Not saying that I'm all that good looking, but I'm saying like I've dated women that weren't as pretty as the women that I normally date. And I did that with the assumption that they were going to be so appreciative that I wasn't going to have to deal with any of the bullshit. But dude, man, it was almost worse. Like they're way more entitled. It's like, wait, how you ugly and you acting like that? So I kind of gave up on the ugly chicks. Like, if they're gonna be like even more high maintenance than the hot chicks, I'd rather have a hot one. Not to mention that realistically, if you're not initiating intimacy with your chick, she's gonna take it some kind of way. And the way we're wired, because men are wired to want to spread their DNA, their bloodline. Chick don't have to look all that good to get you aroused the first or maybe second time you're with her. But after that, nah, not if she's not pretty. So it's like now if I end up with a chick that doesn't look all that good, and the first week or so I'm fucking her brains out. And then after that, just not so into it anymore. She's gonna start feeling like something's wrong with her, and then we're gonna be arguing, which is gonna turn me off even more. And now I'm in a relationship that lacks physical intimacy, and nothing is gonna be done about that, and it's gonna keep causing more of the problem that causes it. It's like I can't be physical with a chick if I'm angry at her. And a lot of chicks, if you're not physical with them enough, they get angry at you. And then when they get angry at me, it fucking irritates me because the stupid shit that they do because they're angry for no fucking reason. And now I start getting mad. and that makes me want to do that shit even less. So now it's like I said, it makes it so much more difficult if the chick's not pretty. So now that I believe, I don't know what it's like to be somebody else, but I kind of blame myself for that because I feel like it's because when I was younger, I had been with so many different kinds of women that it's like the variety that I've had in my lifetime, it makes it real easy for me to get sick of something real quick, you know. My wife, that never happened with, thank God, but also she lived in a different country, so, you know, I like to believe that if we lived together, it would have been the same thing, but like, you know, I only got to see her monthly, so by the time I got over there, you know, I was real ready. I see married women cheat all the time in front of my eyes. Yeah, B-Bob, that's what I'm saying, man. It's because, you know, those are the kind of dudes that, like I said, and I've been there my damn self. Like, it's happened to me in certain relationships, not even that I'm not that kind of person, but, you know, those are the kind of dudes that don't get respect from their women. A woman can't help but to respect you if you deserve to be respected. Any time that I ever lost a woman's respect, it was my own fault. And I knew it at the time. But I had to cut the ties, you know, because I would explain to the woman, look, I lost your respect somewhere. Like, I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it. But I managed to lose your respect. And it's really difficult to get it back from this position, pause. You know, so it's one thing to earn a stranger's respect. It's another thing to get respect back from somebody that you lost it from. And I will break it down to them. Listen, the only way this is going to work is if you respect me. And I'm going to do everything that I can do to try to earn it back. But at the same time, if you want anything to come of this relationship, you're going to have to do everything you do to, by default, just respect me, trust me, you know, follow my lead. And it never works. So, and normally what it is that it gets you to lose a woman's respect is to get emotional in any way. Whether you're yelling because you're angry, whether you cry in front of the woman, you know what I mean? Like, a woman to sit there and tell you that she wants to see you vulnerable, she wants to see your feelings, like she don't want to see you like as a stone with no feelings. Believe me, that's bullshit. They think it's true. They believe what they're saying to you. It's not like they're lying to you on purpose. But once you show any kind of emotion in front of a woman, beginning and the end, my friend. They hide it and take it to the grave. Pause. To be honest, I don't think I'm a beautiful woman. It's that. No, but here's the thing, Wendy. Here's the thing. That's all subjective. That's the thing. Like, I will be sitting there with my friend and I'll be drooling over a chick that my friend thinks is disgusting. And my friend will be drooling over a chick that I think is disgusting. There is no, just whatever you see on TV or on the magazines or whatever the case may be, like, you know, you can't hold that as a standard of beauty. You have a husband. Your husband thinks you're beautiful. If he didn't, he would have never approached you. He would have never been attracted to you to begin with. That's the whole thing. It's like, you know, it takes that initial attraction for a man to even want to be with a woman at all. And every man likes different things. And, you know, it's an evolutionary thing. So, it's basically, it's, you know, God was so slick when he put us together. Because, like, we even have pheromones that attract you to certain people and not to others, or whatever the case may be. And basically, you're designed to be attracted to the people that you'll have the best offspring with. You know, your genes can't be too similar, because then, you know, the baby won't be, the offspring won't be quite as strong. You know, so it's like we're attracted to what we're attracted to for a reason, because of our makeup, because of the way our genes are, because of how other people's genes will mesh with ours. That's what we find attraction to. So, and the other thing is, Wendy, most women don't see themselves as beautiful. That's a normal thing. Um, I wish I knew what to tell you. I wish I knew how to fix that. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what that's like. But here's the thing. It's not healthy to lie to yourself in either direction. So if you're not an attractive woman, but you lie to yourself and you make yourself think that A, you are an attractive woman, and B, that you deserve special privileges for being attractive, you know, that's a problem. But if you are attractive and to somebody, and you don't give yourself credit for that, and you let yourself feel unattractive, that's not fair to you or your husband. Because now you're sad over something that your husband doesn't believe to be true. You think you're not pretty. So you're sad because you think you're not pretty. And the man that loves you and thinks that you are beautiful is watching the woman that he loves sad because because she don't see herself the way that he sees her. So imagine this. You know, as far as caring for you, obviously there's differences, you know, because it would get weird otherwise. But as far as how we care for our women, it's like the way women care for the children. You know, it's the same shit, you know. So if you saw your kid, if you looked at your kid and you just saw, oh wow, my kid is gorgeous, and you saw your kid crying one day, and asked what was wrong, oh, I'm ugly. How much would it hurt you to be looking at this beautiful, you know, God's creation, and really feeling that she is beautiful, not just saying it because it's your kid, and she's over here crying because she thinks she's ugly? That's how a man feels when his wife is all down in the dumps because she thinks she's ugly. It's the truth. Preach, you're doomed, Yeet, especially now. The generation is real bad. When you said that's true. Bebop said that's about having Riz now. Believe me, Bebop, that's not even enough. Trust me. That's enough to get him, but it's not enough to keep him. The keeping part is what's difficult. See, this generation is cooked on the keeping part, not on the getting part. He can get them all day. You act like I'm followed blind into hell. Yeet. We're not acting like you're going to. We're acting like we all did. Dude, man. You have no idea what kind of bad choices that I've made in life and the type of things that they have cost me, bro. You know, I'm not telling you these things because I'm some kind of psychic and because I know you well enough to know what's going to happen in your future. Nah, bro, I know what happened in my past. I know exactly how this plays out. That's the thing. I've seen this one before. See, the thing is, Ye, unless you keep your wits about you and, well, rewind it a little bit. We'll wait. Go ahead, rewind, not 3 or 4 minutes. Rewind like a minute or so. And I just said a whole lot of shit directly to you. Motherfucker wonders why he can't get a bitch. Motherfucker don't listen. Bitches like people that listen. People they don't fucking listen. Well, some of them do. And not for nothing. See, Bebop, what I tell you all the time is that he's too young to be thinking about women right now anyway. Because you want a woman that's substantially younger than you. So this way she looks up to you and like that dynamic is there, you know? And Yeet is too young to have that. He's only fucking 16. So it's like, what's he gonna do? Date a 10-year-old, bro? That's fucking disgusting. You know? And if he fucking dates a 15 or 16-year-old, that means fucking 20 years from now he's gonna be with some fucking bitch the same age as him and she's gonna give him a hard time. You know? So it's like, I told him, bro, wait until you're like 25, 30, and then start finding you a chick that's 20. One of the good ones before somebody else snatches her up. And by then, you're a little bit further in life. You have better education. You got a good job. You know, like you're established. You're probably like on your way to home ownership. You know, and now you find yourself a 20, 21-year-old at church or the library or somewhere where like she's probably like a better chance of her being because that's the thing. The good ones, they get snatched up real young, and they get married real young, and they get taken off the market, and they stay off the fucking market. So it's like you gotta, make sure you know what you're doing. That's why I say you gotta qualify these women. No, Bebop. I'm not saying every woman at church is a good woman. But what I'm saying is don't be out at the fucking bars and the nightclubs looking for chicks. That's first off. But on top of that, it's like I said, buddy has to fucking before he loses his window. Because look, I'm in my 40s, bro, and I get attention from 21-year-olds, but realistically, they're whores, man. Like, there's no good ones that are looking for me. Like, there's no 21-year-old chick that has a good relationship with her father and wants to have fucking kids and live a good Christian life and all that shit and be with her husband, she's still a virgin, that's looking for a 43-year-old man to be with. That's not a thing. I can still find myself like a 30-year-old or something, like, especially like, I don't really look 43, so it's like, if there's a chick that's like 28, 30, you know what I mean, and like, me and her look about the same age, because, let's be honest with you, these women, by the time they're 30, they look way older than that, So, but Yeet, point is, it's still young enough that he can develop himself. He can go to school for like a good degree, not some fucking bullshit that's not gonna get him anything, any kind of career or nothing. But a good degree and some kind of skill, a good job. And like I said, like, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do no drugs, like, invest your money wisely in the stock market and all that shit. Like I said, buy yourself a house. Do everything like that, like, and just focus on that So this way you can have all that shit out of the way by the time you like 30, and now you find yourself a good chick from a good family. See, that's the number one thing. Realistically, the problem is there's way too many single mothers. That's realistically the problem. And I'm not talking about, on the dating market. I'm talking about that's where these daughters are coming from. So it's like if what's it called? A single mother brings up a daughter, a lot of the times, her priorities are not going to be right. She's not going to be a good mate. So it's like that's what you gotta find. You gotta find a chick that had a father in the house and had a good relationship with her father and seeks her father's approval and wants you to meet her father. And she, like, you want the type of chick that wants you to fucking have to ask permission from her father to marry the girl. That's the kind of chick you want to be with. Because if she has that kind of relationship with her father, then chances are, she's the best chance you have on having a good marriage. From there, only you can fuck it up. 30 is where you start going, yeah, dude, you gotta understand, bro. Yeah, man. It's women. Women are the most valuable on the dating marketplace when they're young. Men are the most valuable when they're older. So it's like, right now I'm at my peak. I am on the dating marketplace. I am the most valuable that I have ever been, and I am also the most valuable that I will ever be. A woman that's 18 to 24. So it's like, bro, trust me. If you sit there and really try and try and try to find yourself a chick now, you're wasting precious energy and effort that you could be putting into bettering yourself and becoming the kind of guy that women want. Yee, you see it yourself. These chicks are in this chat on a regular basis shooting their shot at you. Alright? That could be you. If you only work on yourself instead of trying to chase them. I told you I wasn't gaslighting or whatever you young people say. I was just letting you know so you can look out for yourself. Facts. See? While I'm off the market, there's still men looking at me without I notice it myself. Yeah, Wendy. Like, so the thing is, you being off the market, your value on the market was locked in the day you were taken off the market. But see, this is what I'm trying to explain to you before. The men that are looking at you, most of them, they just want to fuck. All of them, really. See, unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but all men, when we court a woman, it's because we want to fuck. That's it. We're not thinking nothing beyond it. Just want to fuck. And it ends up turning into something if we connect. But everything that a man does while he's courting a woman is an attempt to get in her pants. Everything. Every compliment, every dinner, every piece of jewelry, every fucking dinner, every movie, every night, whatever the fuck, all of that shit is just to get in her pants, and that's it. That's all he's trying to do. That doesn't mean his plan is to leave once he gets there. But at the moment, that's all he's thinking about. Now, after that, he sticks around for more, and that's how it turns into a relationship. So that's what what I was saying earlier. Like, there's women out there, and I'm not saying you would ever do this, but there's women out there that would legit leave their husband because the men that look at them are more attractive than their husband is, and they think they can do better. But in reality, they can only fuck better. They can't be with better. And that's so sad when there's a woman that's perfectly matched, has a great husband that treats her right and all that shit, and now all of these guys that are more attractive and make more money than her husband are looking at her like a piece of meat. She takes that wrong and thinks that she can do better than what she already has at home. Meanwhile, that's not the case. You talking about, a man that's taking care of you, a man that loves you, a man that's, been with you through all, good and bad and all of that stuff. And now, because a better looking guy or a guy with a little bit more money looks your way, even though he's not looking at you as anything more than, piece of meat, for some reason, they still leave. Stop crying about, when he was crying about me. Oh, you talking about me? Bebop, you talking about me crying that I don't have a girlfriend? You really just said that? Just get right with God, stay on the grind, and you'll be alright. Good things will follow if you get right with God. Grass is always green on the other side. Don't forget, men are hunters. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, Wendy. But like in this world that we live in right now, the way that social media is, and all these women have access to all this attention from all these other men, it gets crazy. See what I'm saying, B-Bob? Dude, this is great. Like, I'm gonna have this thing with me everywhere I go, dude. B-Bob is lying his ass off right now. Wow. Yeah, word. Hold on a second. Even Ye-Man called you out on that. B-Bob said, I would never talk bad about you, Unc. And then Ye-Man called you out and he was false. You stay talking shit about Unc, B-Bob. B-Bob, I got that case on Amazon for like under $5. $4 and change. I can't remember what the change was. And whilst I was at it, I got this carbon lined smell proof pouch for my vape, and it happens to fit paws just perfect, like a glove. And now I got my vape all smell proof because, pause, the unit starts to smell. The vapor itself goes away, but like the unit smells, it'll smell in your pocket after it heats up the bud and all that shit. So I got my vape odor free, and I got these my cigarette, my trans tobacco odor free. And it's crazy because this is an exact replica of another brand called Skunk Bags. And I have skunk bags. I broke my zipper. Matter of fact, hold on. This, I have it now. Yeah, skunk bags is the brand name, but it's the same shit. And I had a few of them. Got two backpacks. I have a pouch like this that's just a little bit smaller, but it's the same exact pouch. Like it got this same little mesh pocket on it. It's made out of the same shit. Like it's the same thing. The only difference is the zipper doesn't open as much. The other one, the zipper goes all the way to here, like opens up like a sandwich. But yeah, man, I am chilling. Now that I don't use nicotine anymore at all whatsoever, one thing I noticed, I gotta keep me some mints, because they remind me of the nicotine pouches that I was using. And I need some trans tobacco. Bebop, what were you trying to say? Right there, I don't know if you said collect or if you said something else and it fucking translated it to collect. I just shut off that bullshit translate. But the last one before, yay, no nicotine, also have it for you, it says collect. Is that what you were writing? Alright, man. Bebop, I didn't tell you about the no nicotine, man. I mean, I mentioned it on stream quite a few times, but you haven't been here when I was talking about it, or you just congratulating me, even though you knew already. Today, oh shit. You know what? I forgot. Alright, so what did you write? It says collect, and then the next message. It says, I got 3 messages in a row from you. You're all set, Unc. Collect. And then, yay, Unc, no nicotine, I'm so happy. But on the collect, it tells me that it translated something. That's why I asked you. I was saying, did you try the vape yet, Rex Wonder? Oh hell yeah! I was try the vape. I've had this for years, bro. I bought this vape. Sheesh, 2018. So yeah, and it's now 4 weeks. No nicotine. Today actually makes 4 weeks. Yeet. What you in about? Sheesh donations. Yo, somebody put me on game. What's that sheesh donation shit mean? What the hell does sheesh donation mean? I keep hearing that shit. Does it AR the vape? Good God. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now I'm thinking I just want to upgrade though, because this is old technology. Like I said, I've had this since like 2018, maybe even before that. Um, there are much better ones out right now. So the one that I'm really thinking about getting is called the Tiny Mite, or the Tiny Mite 2 rather. It's between that or the Ariza Solo 3, the Crafty Plus, or maybe the packs, the side loader packs. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, okay. She's donation. I'll look it up. I'll look this up. So another one that I bought way back then. Yeah. It's called the PAX 3. And that shit, I didn't appreciate it until I went out and got the stores in Big and Mighty. And then I learned to appreciate vapes altogether. So now I can enjoy the packs, but it's a completely different experience. Packs is pretty cool. You can change the temperature through the app. No, used to be able to. The app is no longer available. Not at least not the one from my packs, packs 3. Um, which blows. I wonder if I find another device that has oh yeah, that has the app already installed on it. I wonder if that'll work. But you can't download it. Yeah, that sucks, man. And I also had the stores in Bickle Crafty, or Crafty Plus, which is just a more portable version of this. But since I had the Crafty Plus, it was better because it has the hybrid oven. This one is convection only. Convection and conduction are two different methods that they have. What up, Pokes Hella Hot? Just pop in and say, yo, Pokes Hella Hot, you not trying to be on the podcast, man? Niggas Buddha wants you on the podcast. I would like you on the podcast too. I just feel like you probably not fucking with it. Hi, Poke, bye, Poke. You lucky you misspelled that shit. Because high poke, bipoke would have been wild. What's the difference between convection and conduction again? Alright, so conduction is just like it sounds, conducting. Like you know how electricity conducts and goes through a wire. It's where the oven heat directly transfers onto the butt. Convection is when hot air gets dragged through the butt. So this is just straight convection. The PAX is straight conduction. the Craft Plus was a combo. So the whole oven heated up. And then it also, the hot air would draw through it. I like the Zeus Arc too. 2 meaning also. I think they're up to like number 4 and some shit like this. But yeah, the Zeus Arc is really small and portable. And it uses gold-plated internals as you know to cool down the vapor. Yeah, so I'm basically whichever one I can find the best deal on first between the Crafty Plus, the side loading packs, I can't remember what it's called. The Ariza Solo 3, the Tiny Bike 2, plus the Zeus Arc. I think that's it. B Bob, thank you for showing love on the shirt. You almost got me in trouble at the store earlier. I was in line watching you live and you read the quote. Oh shit. You read the quote out loud. Yeah, that's funny. And I'm assuming you must live in a blue area then. That's funny, bro. You could have just blamed it on me. Be like, nah, this guy watching for rage bait, man. It's my guilty pleasure. I hate this motherfucker. That's why I watch it. It fucking pisses me off. I like getting mad. I like amping myself up for work. Yeah, bro. Fucking liberals. So, yeah, yo, but here's the whole funny thing, right, about them that makes me laugh so much. It's like the iron. Like, they don't realize that they are everything they claim to hate. That shit is so funny, bro. It's like, you ever seen the videos where, like, the dude will go to a fucking Kamala rally with a MAGA hat on, and then he'll go to a Trump rally with a Kamala hat on and show you, like, the difference in people's reactions and the way that they're treated and shit. Yo, it's ridiculous, man. They get so much love at the Trump rallies. Where they're trying to act like they're accepting. Yeah, dude, that's why I said they're everything that they claim to hate. That's the funniest shit. It's like, yo, what the fuck did I saw a meme, bro. It said I vote Democrat because I believe because I'm pro-choice, except when it comes to straws, light bulbs, fucking gas vehicles, fucking vaccines, and it just read off a whole fucking list of shit that fucking that they fucking want to control. That shit was hilarious, bro. Alphabet. Oh shit. You an ally, huh, Bebop? You don't fuck with them? With the ABC? What do I call them? The LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ. LGBTQ. Wait. LGBT. Nah, yeah, I go back to the Q. I do throw in the Q because they do. So it's the LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ. No, I'm saying you're an ally for us because, you're really like under the umbrella of the alphabet people, but you reject the alphabet and you're on our side. That makes you an ally. ABC 1, 2. What's it called? Yeah, bro. So the way they treat anybody that doesn't like straight up agree with them is insane. Yeah, they dumb as shit. That pisses me off. Embarrassing, actually. That pisses me off. That. Oh man. Bro, it's the times we live in, man. See, here's the thing. Everybody now feels like they have the right to be celebrated. You know? And that shit is just weird. It's like nobody gives a fuck what you do in your own private time. Like, you know, and to make like a whole movement behind that, it's like that shit is wild, bro. That shit is wild. I gotta go eat dinner. Have a good night, Bebop. I just finished smoking my Chance tobacco anyway, so I'm about to cut this shit. But you fucking bum, learn how to live stream before I come back in here, cause that's my word. Next time, if I come up in this bitch and you talking shit the way you talking shit right now, I'm gonna report you and get your fucking channel, man, cause you suck at life. Wow, Bebop. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'll try better in the future. That was pretty blunt, Bebop. Pretty blunt. Yeah, you fucking meanie. I know you a meanie. I couldn't believe it. The shit you say to me, Bebop, is wow, bro. You just have zero filter whatsoever. So. Alright, everybody. Got some work to do before I go to sleep. Don't forget, check out the episode Sunday night. Sunday morning, 9:45 a.m. Later, people.